What's the latest with Georgia's top running back targets in the 2026 class? I've got the scoop for you in today's video. I've also got a little bit of a look ahead. We're going to talk about two of Georgia's top running back targets in the 2027 class. But right now, the Dogs are definitely out to get two of the very best in the country at running back in the 2026 class. I've got news on some of their biggest targets. So this video, is the latest, and we're going to kick it off with Savian Haidider. He's the #1 running back in the country. He got an in-home visit from Georgia running backs coach Josh Crawford on Wednesday night. Crawford also saw Savian Haidider on May 2nd. So this is obviously a top target. He has been Georgia's probably their #1 running back target from the very beginning. The Dogs are in his Final Four. It's Georgia, Tennessee, Ohio State, Michigan, in no particular order. He's got official visits lined up to Ohio State on May 30th. That's going to be a big one. Then he goes to Georgia the weekend of June 6th, Michigan the weekend of June 13th, and then Tennessee the weekend of June 19th. Here's what he had to say about Georgia in the past. He said, "Georgia's called running back U for a reason. I could definitely see myself playing in that offense and being developed for the next level." This kid is elite. Again, #1 running back in the country, number 11 overall, okay? This is a shiny 5-star. He is big. He is physical. He will run through you, but he's got some wiggle. He's got great change of direction. He's elusive. He is electric with the football. Ran for 1,900 yards last year, 29 touchdowns on just 156 carries. If you're a Kennesaw State alum like I am, math may not be your deal. That is 10.8 yards per carry. He is the #1 running back in the country, and I do think Georgia has a very real chance at landing him. It won't be easy. I thought Michigan was the leader for a while. They still might be. I know people up in Columbus at Ohio State, they feel really good about their chances. And I think Tennessee is probably #4 in that Final Four. I think this is going to come down to Georgia, Michigan, or Ohio State. But he is a big deal. He also plays linebacker. I love that. Love that about him. #1 running back. He's also playing linebacker. 56 tackles, 7 sacks, 1 interception, 3 kick return touchdowns. This kid does it all. He is a big deal. So that's the latest with him. Georgia's got a real shot, okay? Definitely a guy that Georgia fans need to keep an eye on. And again, that official visit to Georgia is June 6th. Okay, so keep an eye on that one. Another guy to keep a close eye on, Derek Cooper out of Chaminade Prep down in South Florida. Miami might be the team to beat here. I know Georgia fans don't want to hear that, but he has been high on Georgia for a long time. Kind of committed, then backed off like 24 hours later. I think he told the staff, and then his mom, I don't want to put his mom on blast, but I think his mom said, "Hey, no. We're not committing. We're gonna take this process out the right way. We're going to visit all these schools." And that's what he's been doing. He was at Auburn last week. He got visits from Ohio State and Texas and Miami last week. He got a visit from Josh Crawford in late April. He is incredibly versatile. Put him in the slot, let him play some wide receiver, plays safety. You can put him at cornerback. He is the #3 running back prospect in the country, number 36 overall, 6'1", 190, rushed for 905 yards, 13 touchdowns. On defense, had 46 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 1 interception. Dude can do it all. He is a weapon. That's the position he plays, weapon. But I think Georgia's recruiting him to play running back, as they should, and everyone else is as well. This is his official visit schedule, okay? He's going to Miami May 30th, Alabama June 6th, Georgia, June 13th. That's the big one circled if you're a Georgia fan. Derek Cooper, an elite running back, #3 running back in the country, will be at Georgia, June 13th. Then it's Florida State right after that. Then it's Ohio State, June 20th. But this is a guy they've been recruiting for a long time. He's familiar with Athens, loves their style of play. And Georgia's going to be in the thick of it this entire way. Moves extremely well for 6'1", 210. He runs at 10.7 in the 100-meter. Kid can absolutely fly. He's got terrific ball skills. Again, he's going to play running back, but this is a guy who can catch out of the backfield, make a lot of plays in the passing game, and maybe play some slot receiver too. So just a do-it-all type of player that Georgia's been in on for a long time. They only signed 1 running back in the last cycle, right? Bo Walker, a 3-star. They're looking to add 2, possibly 3 if they can pull it off in this class, but absolutely they're going after 2 of the very best in the country. Savian Haidider is the #1 running back. Derek Cooper is the #2 running back. Xavier Crowell is coming out with a commitment, I believe, at the end of June. He just announced Georgia's in the mix. I don't think Georgia is going to land him. So we're going to skip over him as good as he is. I mean, that kid is a dog. I mean, was a sophomore last year, reclassified up. So he'll be a senior. And I think he's ranked as the number 2 running back in the country after reclassifying up. That's how good that kid is. He's from Alabama. We'll see if anyone can get him, pull him out of state. Georgia's going to try. The kid is very, very good. I don't think it's going to be them, though. So we're going to move along and talk about Jay Lamar. He's the number 1 running back in the state of Georgia, in my opinion, down at Colquitt County. Georgia's checked on him. They went to multiple spring practices to get a closer eye on him. 5'11", 205 pounds, had a breakout junior season. I don't think a lot of people knew who he was going into last season. I had heard of him. I didn't know he was an absolute baller like he was. Rushed for just 885 yards and 11 touchdowns, but he shared the rock down at Colquitt County. I expect those numbers to blow up as the lead back as a senior. The balance, the athleticism that he brings, also the shiftiness as well. I mean, he's got a thick, powerful frame, but he can slide in between. You know, it doesn't take a big hole for him to run through. He can slip through and run right up the trenches without a giant hole. So, I mean, he's a slippery back, but you can't tackle him high. You can't tackle him low to the ground. He will bounce off of you, truck another guy, and then race off towards the end zone. He shows great vision, great burst. This guy is the real deal. Georgia, Clemson, Miami, I think are probably the 3 teams out in front. He was at Auburn this past weekend. I'll do some updates on that. I'll try to get the latest on how that went. I don't think Auburn's going to land him. They're probably in that top group, though. So he's just at Auburn. We'll see if that visit high wears off anytime soon. I'm sure they made a good impression. So let's put Auburn in there. Clemson on the 30th, then Florida State, then Miami before going to Georgia June 20th. So all these running backs that I've talked about, they're coming in week after week after week. They're not going to be on campus at the same time. And I think that's probably a good thing for Josh Crawford to give each one of them as much time as he needs to recruit those guys, give them their best pitch. Share the NIL opportunities, right? There's always a lot of questions about that. I know Georgia fans aren't super thrilled with that, but it is what it is. When you're trying to land the number 1 running back, number 3 running back, in Jay Lamar's case, a top 10 running back in the country, it's going to cost you. We'll see how they can manage it, but Haidider will be there June 6th. Derek Cooper will be there June 13th, and Jay Lamar will be there June 20th. So those, I believe, are the 3 guys that Georgia fans need to keep a close eye on. Okay, I'll look ahead to the 2027 class. There were 2 of the best in the country in Athens this past weekend. One of them is a Canadian. A Canadian that runs the football. David Gabriel Georges from Quebec. I've been to Quebec City. Quebec City is nice. Montreal, not so nice, but Quebec City is great. But he's from Quebec. Plays now at the Baylor School. Beautiful, the Baylor School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Big-time school. He's the number 2 running back in the country for the 2027 class. 6 foot, 205. He is the real deal. He was in Athens to watch a spring practice, I believe. And he was back in Athens this past weekend for the scavenger hunt visit. I asked how it went, and he is a professional as far as giving an interview. He said everything he was supposed to. He said the Georgia visit was great. It allowed me to view the campus. The scavenger hunt allowed me to learn more about the school as a whole. We had to find places and answer questions about specific items that are part of the school history and culture. It was very insightful. Georgia's pitch is that they want me. Simple as that. They've been consistent with me and my family. He is the number 34 overall prospect in the country for his class. And you can read this story that I'm reading right now on dawgpost.com for free. It's a free story. Not everything is free out there. We've got free stories over on Dawg Post. So if you still care about recruiting, because you should, make sure you get over there and read several free stories that are on the website to become a smarter Georgia fan. Another guy to keep an eye on, Andrew Beard. Andrew Beard, his uncle was Garrison Hurst. Okay, so he's got Georgia ties. He's a local kid out of Prince Avenue Christian. He's a speedy back. He's another elusive guy. A little on the smaller side, about 5'10", about 190. He's got some muscle, but he's not the tallest guy, but he had a monster year as a sophomore for the Wolverines in Bogart, Georgia. Quick drive to Athens. He rushed for just under 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, Also made a lot of plays out of the backfield, 32 receptions for 525 more yards and 5 touchdowns. I expect him to have an even bigger junior season next fall in 2025. He's ranked as the number 12 running back prospect, number 138 overall. But he's a nearby kid. I asked him how his visit went, and he said, I saw how family-oriented Georgia was. Off the field, everyone is just so close, not only on the coaching staff, but everyone